Hello, hello, hello. It is another Tuesday to be here with me, Turea Simpson. Before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and share my broadcast. I'm going to ask you guys to share my broadcast as well for me, so that others can hear what I am talking about today. Hello, hello, others can hear what I am talking about today. Well, I didn't want to do that. I don't know. Hello, 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 Miss Cynthia. How are you today? I hope that you are well. And yeah, let's finish getting this started here. Let's tweet this out. Let's share it on Facebook. Let all of your other followers know that I am on today. I am a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I'm a freelance paralegal. And I am on here today because guess what? The information that I have is very much needed at this particular time. It's very, very needed. And, I want to keep coming on here because I want others to know how important some of the things that I talk about are. And today, before I get started, I want to talk about and get some announcements out the way. One thing that I do want to discuss is the fact that I am a bankruptcy recovery strategist. Many of you may have heard me say this before, that I'm a bankruptcy recovery strategist. And what that means is I've seen as a paralegal so many people who filed for bankruptcy who are left in a state of shock, who've been left in a state of disarray. And I feel like that my years of experience within the bankruptcy arena has taught me a lot. I think that what I have to offer right now at this particular time, this moment, is something that is totally needed, that's not even offered in the bankruptcy code. There's quite a bit within the bankruptcy code. There are different aspects to bankruptcy, but what I share here on my platform is some information that people really need to know about. Those who have filed bankruptcy, but not only that, you might have had some type of setback or failure within your life. That's who I'm talking to today, is if you had some type of setback. Hello, hello, hello. If you had some type of setback in life, let me tell you, life can throw some curveballs at you. And it's about how you choose to respond that is going to make the difference. So with that said, I want you to know that I'm here for people who are looking to start over in some capacity. Some may be further along than others, but in some way that you're wanting to start over, you want to do something different. You may have had You might have had a drug problem. You went through a bad divorce. Whatever it is that you may have come across. However, I'm telling you, you can regain strength, you can move forward, and you don't have to stop where you are. So, tonight I want to tell you about a couple of things that I have coming up. So, on next Tuesday, that'll be on the 21st, I'm going to have a special guest. And for those of you that this is going to be a little bit different from my platform, but I'm also about motivation. I'm also about opening people's eyes to different things. And so I'm going to have a special guest by the name of Megan. And Megan is going to present some information to us that I think is going to be truly, truly helpful. So I want you to tune in to me next Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's Central Standard Time so that you can find out more about it. And then the last week in this month, I'm going to be having another treat for you guys, and I do want you to join me. And so feel free to hop back on with me, because again, this is about the Tuesday Talks with Turea, and I want you guys to be a part of actually I call it a movement, of the movement that I am in. So, if you would join me next Tuesday or every Tuesday at 7 p.m. as I share here on my platform about different things that may be going on, or I feel like people need to hear about it. You won't find that my platform is going to be very politically charged, but you know what? We may throw some politics in there, not a whole lot. But you guys, I want you to stay with me. You've been loyal all of this time, and I thank you and I appreciate for those of you who have been with me all of this time. So tonight I'm going to talk about finding your way or your steps to freedom. Lots of times, and then, my platform is really about money. I talk about money from those who get money, because we've heard that about get money. But then it's like, well, what do you do when you get the money? How are you supposed to keep the money? And lots of times people get money, but they aren't able to keep the money. So that is something that we all should be mindful of. But tonight I'm going to be talking about the steps that are necessary or can be necessary in order to gain financial freedom. Now, with the world being the way that it is, one day we don't know, especially because here I'm right here in Houston, Texas. For those of you who may not know, I'm in Houston, Texas, and the COVID cases have continued to rise. We don't know whether or not our city is going to get shut down. It could possibly be. And what do people do if they're shut down and you are not able to work? How do you survive? How do you bounce back if you still have these complications, these life issues that arise? The thing about people who go through bankruptcy, it causes a chaotic state. And so I want you guys to know that even though you may experience some type of chaotic state, I got a fly running around here. Even though you may experience some type of chaotic state, you don't have to stay there. So today I want to give you a list of things that I feel is going to be helpful in you obtaining the freedom that you want. Now, first thing that you should do is you should write it down. You should write it down on a piece of paper. One thing that I do is I keep a notebook with me. I take notes. If I'm talking on the phone with someone or whatever it is, my notes from church, whatever it is, I take notes. I had a call last week with 2 other entrepreneurs, and while I was listening and participating in the conversation, the one thing that I said to them is, I'm taking notes. because I feel like that if there's nothing else in life that you should do, you should always take notes. Now, a wonderful thing about writing with pen and paper is it embeds it in your brain. So when you write things down, it helps to imprint it on your mind and help you to remember it. So you do want to make sure that you write down everything that you want to accomplish. So I know that right now I'm building my business, and one of the things that I'm going to do is I want to hire an operations manager. I have someone in mind, and I spoke to the person and I said, hey, tell me exactly kind of, what's your ballpark figure of what you would need. So what I've done already is I've compiled a list, and I've already figured out, my team and how much I'm going to need to generate every single month to be able to run my operation. Now, I don't have a dime. I don't have a dime of that money right now, totally, to be able to run my operation the way that I want it to run. However, I am making plans already for the future, because when the opportunity comes, I'm going to go knocking on the door of the people that I already have in place of saying, hey, I want you to join my team. Here's what we talked about, blah, 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 and I will be able to move forward with my team. So it's important to write down your goals, even though you may think that people may think you may be ridiculous, and they don't understand. It does not matter. And then you can see where you're going, where you are going in your goals, if you have them written down when you put them down. Now, again, the other thing that I had to do is I had to come up with a budget of what I expected just from payroll alone. I'm not talking about the other expenses. Some of the other expenses I already know about, but I had to make a monthly budget so that I could be ready and prepared to generate enough income to meet the goals of my hiring, to meet the goals of where I want to be. I've already set and established for the last 6 months or 5 months that we have left in this year of what target that I want to hit financially. I want to get there. I want to get there, and I've already made it plain by writing it down. And so I want you to know today that in order for you to go wherever it is that you're trying to go, if you want to start a business, if you want to get out of debt, if you want to go to college, it's going to require that you do these same things. It doesn't matter what it is that you're trying to do at this particular moment. Believe me, this same thing can be applied to anything. So, you got to write it down. You got to make a budget. And guess what? Yes, I know you got to think about generating some more streams of income. Everybody knows I'm going to sound like a broken record all the time, because guess what? You've got to. You've got to make other streams of income. These positions, these companies are not assured that they are going to last. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if they go out of business? What are you going to do if you're the person that is laid off and you don't have some side hustle in some form put together? I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to create some type of side hustle right now today. One of the things that I was studying today is about field inspectors. Now, field inspectors can do a lot of different things that I found out today. So I've talked about this one company before in side hustles when I did a video before, and if you go back through my Facebook videos, you will find out that I talked about I think 10 different side hustles that you could do. And one of those side hustles was doing this field inspections with a company called We Go Look. Today I took it a step further because I found out that a lot of notaries, because I'm a notary as well, they do these field inspections and go through these various companies. So I found one company. I just want to give you one company. I want to give you a nugget right now of a company that you can go and sign up for today, because I'm serious about, I want to help people create some type of stream of revenue coming in and being in your pocket. Because guess what? $10 can help put gas in your car. When you are in a desperate situation and you need to figure out how you're going to even make a meal, and you can make a meal out of $10. It may be healthy, it may not be, but guess what? Your belly can get full. So today I want to show you that it's possible for you to be able to go out there right now today and sign up with this company and get started making money, even if it's $10. So the name of this company is called The Source. And I went on this company, I kid you not. I went on this company and they have what you call mystery shoppers, and they have photo auditors. Like, who knew? I'm like, I don't know what this is. But as a mystery shopper, these companies, like one of the companies that was listed there was HP. HP wanted you to go into these office stores to make certain their products were being visible, take pictures, see how they were listed, to see that if they were getting the shelf space that they had purchased, that they wanted to have. So right now you could get paid just for going into the store to ensure that these companies' products are where they're supposed to be. Another thing that you could do on The Source is that you could just go into a store and take photos, making certain that people are following the CDC guidelines. Who knew? But let me tell you, don't underestimate making $10. If you could get 5 jobs doing that. And let me tell you another thing that was very good about this. I could do 5 jobs in my zip code alone. $5, 5 jobs at $10 each. That's $50 that you can make in a day. Now, if you work, you could still do the same thing. Some of them had time restrictions. Some of them did not, that you just had to go in within the store hours. But for the most part, you could do this and make some extra money. Do not underestimate the power of a dollar, and even if it is small. When you get into a financial state where you have got to make something happen, that's exactly what you got to do. So I want you guys to begin to think about it. Get on the internet right now. Start researching various ways that you yourself could monetize just even things that you know. You may not even be comfortable with talking on Facebook Live or IG or any of those things. You've got to push that aside and get out there. Do not let yourself be compromised, be held back because of the fact that you are uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, so what? We'll still be here. We'll still be here to support you anyway. You know, in the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But I just got a comment here in this section that says, hey, I love the topics that you're bringing to the table. Yes, because I am truly about helping people. I feel like that my life is not just about me, that I was put here to help people for a purpose. And I'm passionate about seeing people get ahead. And even though a person may have some type of hiccup, whatever it is, guess what? You do not have to stay there. You can move forward. That is what I want people to know. You can move forward. You don't have to stay where you are. So today I want you to create some other type of additional income. You know, people start companies off just by popping popcorn. You added some expertise or some flavors to popcorn that people had never had before. Do that. So another thing that I want you guys to do in order to move forward, and especially to move forward financially, is that you must invest in yourself. Woo! That's powerful. When I first started off this entrepreneur life, you know, I was like, you know, people are charging too much money. Why would they charge that? You know, I can't afford that. But anything that's worth having, you've got to invest. And then not only that, you've got to invest in yourself. I had to learn how to shift my own mindset from being an employee versus an employer, which is totally different. It took me several months before I finally got to the point where I could say, wow, I'm worth investing in. And someone really wants to listen to me. Why is it that people want to listen to me? Why not you? Why not you? Don't let the negative chatter that you have in your head stop you from moving forward. We all have some type of issues with ourselves. We may not like the way that we look. We may not like the way that we talk. Oh, I got a gap in my teeth, but I'm not letting that stop me. Guess what? I'm still gonna move forward. You've got to move forward. You can't let that stop you. And you must believe in yourself. If no one else believes in you, you must believe in you. I know I got criticized. People say, well, why did you leave this big corporate job to go and start, climbing or going after pennies? Because I believe in myself. When I get on the phone and I pick up the phone and I call and I speak with an attorney, I'm believing in myself. I know what I have to offer. I know what value that I have, that I bring to the table. I know what skills that I have. And so therefore, when I go and I quote the attorney a certain hourly rate, one guy was like, I don't think I'll be able to afford you. With the amount of expertise that you have, I don't know that I will be able to afford you. Why not? Why not? You've got to believe in you. I'm going to tell you, if you don't believe in you, oh my gosh, you will not get far. I had to get to that point where I started believing in me enough to take a chance that what I wanted to do and to pursue my dream, that I could do it. And so can you. Don't let it stop you. Then the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, a lot of people don't want to hear this, especially those that have had some type of financial issues, is live within your means. Don't live off of credit cards, people. Don't. It's not going to get you anywhere but a lot of heartache and a lot of creditors calling. They're called your mom and them, your sister and them. They're going to call everybody. They're going to call everybody. because they do what we call in the legal world skip tracing. They're going to find people that you know so that they can track you down and say, hey, Judy, you owe us $5. You need to pay us $5. And if you don't pay us $5, we're going to sue you. You really don't want that. And sometimes, you just cannot help it. There are things that happen in life, and I understand. I myself have been through many things and many hardships that I've had to swallow my pride, for one. Two, that I was in financial ruins, but I decided that I was not going to stay there. That I'm going to still pick up and move on. That's what I want people to do. That even though you may have some type of calamity, and what we're living in right now, there's a lot of calamity. There's a lot of uncertainty. But you don't have to stay there. If you're healthy, let me say this. If you are healthy, there is no reason why you cannot do some of the things that I've already stated to you before. If you don't have COVID, there's no reason why you cannot move on. If you don't have some other kind of illness that stops you, impairs you in some kind of way, there's no reason why you can't do what I'm telling you now. And the last thing I want to say to you today is that you cannot move forward in life if you do not take care of you. The more I live, and as I get closer, inch closer to 50, I inch closer and closer. I know that you must take care of you. People will use you. I've worked in law firms, and I've worked 50, 60 hours a week. Now, I'm not talking about in 2 weeks, a week. I worked hours like that. But let me tell you something. You can be easily replaced. Even though they may say, oh, we love you being here, Judy. We're so proud of you and how you helped us move this forward. But guess what? Guess what? They still can replace you. If you were to drop dead today, they'll find somebody. They will replace you. We are all replaceable in the sense of a job. In the sense of a job, we are replaceable. But you cannot replace yourself. You cannot replace your health. It is something that you must not take for granted. So let me tell you this today. If for some reason you're stuck in a hole and you do not know if you're going up or if you're going down, I want you to reach out to me. You can send me a DM. I truly want to help people. Send me a DM on Facebook. Send me a message whatever platform I'm on. Send me a message. And I'll put you in connection with somebody that's going to help you. If you need some help financially and you don't know which way to go, send me a DM. I want to put you in connection with someone that can help you. Don't let life circumstances of what's happening now dictate your future. That's good. Don't let life circumstances of what's happening right now dictate what's going to happen tomorrow. Make the choice that you do want to see change for your life and pursue it. That's all that it takes. It's all that it takes. And once people see that you're making those steps, guess what? Others want to follow suit. Others want to help you reach the goals that you have already written and you've established that you want to achieve. People want to help people. Although there might be others right now that don't want to help, somewhere somebody is still wanting to give you a helping hand. But you've got to help yourself first. The step to freedom is now. So choose today. Thank you guys for joining me. And if anybody has any questions, feel free. Yes, feel free. Feel free to send me a DM. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.